Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today, I will show you the integration of Cinematic Sequencer Slate by Paradoxnotion into Game Creator 2 and a short usage example. This tutorial is not a Cinematic Sequencer or Game Creator 2 tutorial. Instead, it is about how to use Cinematic Sequencer in Game Creator 2 with the help of two scripts I wrote for you. The first script is an extension for Cinematic Sequencer called Invoke Game Creator 2 Instruction, and the second script is called Instruction Start Stop Slate Cutscene. The tutorial requires the assets Game Creator 2 and Cinematic Sequencer. Let's start with the tutorial. First of all, download the two scripts. The GitHub link is in the description, and import them into your project. The next step is to prepare our scene for Cinematic Sequencer by dragging and dropping the Director GUI prefab into the hierarchy window. We open the Cinematic Sequencer window. We can find it in the menu under Tools/Paradoxnotion/Slate/OpenSlate. In the Cinematic Sequencer window, click on New Cutscene. You can now see the timeline of the Cinematic Sequencer. The next step is to populate our scene. I am using the HDRP render pipeline with the Unity Asset Ultimate Editor Enhancer. So understand if the number and appearance of game objects are optically a little different in the hierarchy than yours. Now, we create a plane and add a game creator character and a game creator marker to the scene. And in the next step, we also need a navmesh. So bake your navmesh under AI navmesh for the plane that we just have created. Or if you use Unity 2022.2.4 or higher, you will have to add this navmesh navigation package manually. So go to your package manager and install the com.unity.ai.navigation package via add package from git URL. And add to the plane the component navmesh surface and hit bake in that component. Now we position the Game Creator 2 marker in the distance from the character. Create a trigger and set it to on start. And let it run an instruction to start the Cinematic Sequencer cutscene. You can find it under Paradoxnotion/Slate/Start and Stop Cutscene. Drag and drop the cutscene into this instruction. And last but not least, add a game creator action to your hierarchy window and choose the instruction Move Character. And set it up so that the character walks to the marker. In the next step, we drag and drop the action Move Character to marker into the timeline of Cinematic Sequencer. This will create a new group called Actions Move Character to Marker, and below it, the action track on the left side of the Cinematic Sequencer timeline. Now, we right-click on the timeline and choose Game Creator 2, and then invoke Game Creator 2 Instruction. This will create an Invoke Instruction Timeline object, which we place in the second of our cutscene. We left-click on the Invoke Instruction Timeline object, and then we can see here, Invoke Game Creator 2 Instruction. Drag and drop our created character move instruction into the field called Game Creator Action, and optionally under the comment name it Move Character. Using comments will obviously help you in larger cutscenes, but in this small example, it is not needed. Now we add a Cinematic Sequencer shot camera. Right-click on the camera track and choose Camera Shot. Move the camera shot to the beginning of the timeline, then hover with the mouse at the right edge of the camera shot object of the timeline and drag it to about 15 seconds in the timeline. Now the camera will perform its sequence for 15 seconds. Then click on the camera shot object and in its inspector window, click on Create Shot. You can see now in the inspector window the view that the camera shot has. In this little inspector camera window, you can navigate the shot camera by holding the middle mouse button in this view and moving the mouse. You can rotate the view by holding the left mouse button. You can dolly zoom by holding the right mouse button and moving the mouse left or right, or to make a field of view zoom, you have to hold the right Alt key and the right mouse button and move the mouse left and right. In this cutscene, we let the cinematic sequencer camera fly around the plane and player so that at the end of the cutscene, the camera will be in front of our character. Next, we click in the inspector window on the keys for position and rotation so that it starts recording the keyframes. When they are activated, they turn red. We click now on the second of the timeline, and now we are moving the camera to the right by holding the middle mouse button and moving the mouse to the right. Then we hold the left mouse button to rotate the camera to the left, so that we have the plane and the player in view. Then we click on the 4th second and move the camera along the x-axis so that we get a front view of the player when he walks to the marker. We hold the middle mouse button again and move to the right. Then we hold the left mouse button and rotate the view to the character. Then we hold the middle mouse button again and move the mouse to the right. Now the cinematic sequencer shot camera should look at our character's front. That's it. Now we hit play, and the cutscene should start after 2 seconds. Thank you for watching this video tutorial. I hope you found it helpful, and please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel for more tutorials and updates.